After the rain, I still see heaven crying. After the rain, I still feel no relief. 'Cause everything we used to be and used to feel, it all becomes so frightening real.
So what's in the box?
It's a giant cupcake.
For me or for you?
Well, I was hoping we could share.
Why, you check up on me?
Is that all right?
I'm touched.
All right, so tell me, how you holding up?
You know?
It can't be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to go on trial for Claudia's murder and still dealing with the fact that you shot your own son. I'm so sorry. That did not come out right at all.
No, hey, I have to learn to live with what I did.
Can you?
You got something to say to me?
You can always tell. Yes, honestly, I have had a difficult time adjusting to the fact that you shot an unarmed man, a cop. I mean, it's so far out of the realm that I consider to be civilized behavior. I don't even really know how to wrap my mind around it.
I'm not proud of what I did that night.
I know. It's eating you alive, and you know how I know that? Because I know you, Sonny. The real you. Underneath this mobster facade that you show everyone else.
This is one of the hardest things I ever had to do. I mean, it's like trying to find a way not to justify it, but to get it straight in my head. Because in the moment, I didn't. I shot a rat. To me, that's what I was doing, and then it turns out to be my son. And I go over and over and over it, trying to figure out a way maybe how I could have done it differently, how I could have taken a different turn. There was no other way.
Sonny, you could have not pulled the trigger.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not an option. I know it's difficult from somebody on the outside to understand. Dante worked his way into my organization to ruin me, to send me to prison for the rest of my life, to take my kids from me. He gained my trust and threw it away like it was nothing. And that's just the personal end of it. He worked in my business for a while, and he was a cop. And he knew the organization from the inside out. And there are rules about those kind of things. He knew that. Still, it's very difficult for me to pull a trigger. Because I started to like him, even then. But like I said, there are rules.
See, this is the part of you that I try to pretend that doesn't exist. Because part of you that thinks there are these rules and that you get to decide when someone lives or dies. Patrick calls it selective blindness.
Well, you know what? If Patrick disagrees with me, that's fine. And if you want to put distance between us to respect his feelings, I'm okay with that.
You would be?
I'd miss you. But I don't want to cause you any more trouble.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi. I know that you have your paternity test today. Would you like a ride?
Oh, well, let me see. I'm parking in the lot and walking in like a normal person or showing up in a big old van with Shady Brook across the side. I will gladly take that offer.
So you're still on board to do this?
The paternity test part, definitely. But what happens next, I'm still working it through. I know I need to stand on my own, which is not going to be easy because I have never done it before since I was 15. I've had a man in my life. First it was Lucky, and then Jason, and then Rick, and back to Lucky and back to Jason and Lucky and Nicholas. Oh my God.
I sense a pattern.
Yeah, more than one. And I'm really gonna try to avoid all these familiar traps this time around.
Well, you seem to have a handle on everything, so why do you look so unsure?
Well, knowing what I need to do and actually being able to accomplish it are two different things. If nothing else, sorting through this colossal mess I've made and taking stock in all the people I've hurt has made me realize I'm not really as strong as I thought I was. I can't just make up my mind and trust myself to see it through.
My advice, just deal with one thing at a time. That's how you rebuild faith in yourself. And taking this paternity test, facing the truth instead of avoiding it, is a good first step. You could have this turn out any way you wanted. All transgressions forgiven, all wounds magically healed. What would that look like?
Not that it has a prayer of happening.
No, but it helps to know what you really want, deep down in your heart of hearts.
My heart of hearts. What I want is the ideal of a family, a mommy and daddy and kids under one roof, functioning as a healthy unit. I actually had that with Lucky. And I made him believe in it too until, I was with Nicholas and I took it all away. He wants to marry me.
Nicholas?
He wants to be a real hands-on dad if this baby is his. It's not unreasonable, right? Except I can't do it. Just another way I'm gonna hurt him.
Elizabeth, one of the reasons you had this breakdown is because you were so worried about everyone else. You didn't take care of yourself. Now it's time to take care of you.
What I need is to be alone.
Sounds good.
Except for one thing. Pattern, habit, or destiny. I have loved and depended on Lucky for so long, I don't know how to stop.
Hey,
Your guard let me in.
glad you're here. Gives me a chance to thank you.
For?
Well, I know the surgery wasn't what you really do and all that, but when I called you about Dante, you came right away to the ER and you stuck around. I appreciate that.
Yeah, my actions that night might not carry much weight after you hear what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I didn't get into it the night Dante was shot for obvious reasons, but I think it's about time you know the truth. I've known for quite some time that Dante was your son.
Well, it's quite some time.
Several months. Maybe a year. I overheard a conversation with Olivia and Kate. And when Dante was brought into the hospital after getting hit by the car, it was confirmed. I wanted to tell you the truth. I brought it up to Olivia. She had other plans. At the end of the day, Sonny, it wasn't my secret to tell.
Well, I wish you would have chosen differently. If you had, Dante wouldn't have been shot.
Sonny, Dante wouldn't have been shot if you didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, I get it. So more than one truth comes out. You never liked me. Wow.
Not true.
No?
I liked you a lot. We both know Robin's devoted to you. For that reason alone, I always gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Gave you. Past tense. What does that mean?
Sonny, I don't know what it's like in mob world, but in the world that I live in, you shoot an unarmed cop that saved your son. That's crossing the line. And I know everything you did for Stone and Robin, but that doesn't give you a free pass to commit murder and mayhem whenever
Good
you
to know
feel
where you
fit.
stand, Doctor.
Yeah, well, it's good to tell you.
You feel good about yourself now? Knowing the truth all this time, not saying anything? Standing on that pedestal judging me? Well, Dr. Drake, it's all right, because he'll never make mistakes. You'll never have to worry what it's like to be in my
A
shoes.
mistake, Sonny, that's unbelievable. You shot an unarmed cop. The fact that he happens to be your son, that's beside the point.
I screwed up because people like you
People like me.
keeping the truth from me. If I know Dante was my son, we would not be having this conversation.
But I don't expect you to understand, Dr. Drake, because you're perfect. You would never do anything wrong to your son, make mistakes. You are in for a rude awakening, pal.
Here she comes now. You ready for me?
I put you in exam room 3.